Oh shit, we're live. It's Monday night. Guess what's going on? Welcome to Bad Decisions with Eddie Law, brought to you in part by the following sponsors. Yes, we're doing this shit again. Let's talk about Nature Box real quick. If you eat snacks, first of all, if you're eating snacks, let's be honest, you're probably eating from the gas station, that shit from the gas station, the Twinkies, maybe some cookies or Cheetos. First of all, if you want to get grossed out by Cheetos, take one Cheeto, all right? Unfold a paper clip, stick the Cheeto on there, and just put a little flame under it and watch what comes out. You'll never eat Cheetos again, and if you do, you're gross. All right? But instead, get yourself a Nature Box, healthier snacks that are basically better than anything else you can find out there, short of fruits and vegetables. And vegetables are only really snacks after you eat a whole plate of wings. At least this is what I think. So anyway, hit up CrossBonesMMA.com and click on the Nature Box banner to get yourself some snacks. Also, we're brought to you by F3 Foods. If you're trying to eat, you're trying to get in shape, you need to do at least 3 things. Get off your ass, get to work out, and eat right. F3 Foods helps with the last part of that. Their Get Fit program plans your meals out so you don't have to even think about food. You can forget all about cooking your meals and everything, and just worry about putting in the work and not eating garbage. So go to the getfitprogram.com. That's the getfitprogram.com. Use the code word CrossBones, that's CrossBones, all one word, at checkout for a discount. We're also brought to you by Troxyfen. These are supplements that get your testosterone up so you can push harder in your workouts or harder into your significant other, whichever way you want. Either way, you win. Go to CrossBonesMMA.com for more details. And last but not least, we're brought to you by Amazon.com. When you go to CrossBonesMMA.com, there's a little box on the right side of the page that you can do your normal Amazon shopping through. It's not going to cost you anything more. However, Amazon does give us a little kickback with 0 additional cost to you. So if you shop through Amazon.com, chop that little box, help us out, keeps the website going and all the podcasts going, and it's a good thing. It's a great thing. So anyway, for all these sponsors and more, go to CrossBonesMMA.com and click on the store and affiliates page for details. And of course, finally, it's Monday night. Welcome to Bad Decisions with Eddie Law. Now on Monday nights, it's been on Monday nights for at least like a month now, I think. So I guess we're probably used to that. Anyway, this is a late night MMA talk show hosted by yours truly, Eddie Law, and I'm gonna get to all the important issues in MMA today. Of course, this is an interactive show, so if you want to, hit me up on Twitter at CrossBonesMMA or myself directly at Elaw31. And if you feel inclined to do so, you can email me, Eddie at CrossBonesMMA.com if you want to email. And if you want to come on a show, maybe be a guest once, at some point, hit me up on that email. Make sure you have Google Hangouts and we'll talk. All right, on today's show, we're going to recap UFC Fight Night, Mendes versus Lamas. We'll talk Iaquinta losing his fucking mind on his post-fight interview. Jamie Varner scared of basically worried about his health after his fighting career. Walmart's not going to carry Ronda Rousey's new book for whatever reason. And speaking of the bantamweight women's champion, women's bantamweight champion, yeah. We're going to talk Ronda Rousey in Fast 7, which I got to catch on Sunday. And, of course, the weekly rant. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, UFC Fight Night Mendes. I always get weird out with these fight nights and on Fox, whatever the hell is and all of that. Anyway, UFC Fight Night Mendes versus Lamas went down on Saturday morning from Fairfax, Virginia. By the way, anyone that's wondering why it went down on Saturday morning, because they didn't want to compete with the Final Four, which, by the way, the national title game for college basketball is going down right now. Score's not up, but this is gonna bother me when it's on TV. But it is Wisconsin versus Duke for the national title. They're actually tied at 1 at halftime. Second half already started, so I'll update whoever is watching with the score if you really want to. So I could just because I want to anyway. So let's talk about the undercard. First fight of the night, Ron Stallings defeated Justin Jones via unanimous decision. Ron Stallings' striking is pretty good. At least it's getting better from last time we saw him. And Justin Jones just had nothing for him. So it was kind of a pretty straight up, decision on that one. After that, Timothy Johnson defeated Shamil, holy shit last name from Russia, most likely by TKO in the first round. Pretty much at the buzzer. It was at the 4:57 mark. That was a good win for him. Alexander Yakovlev defeats Gray Maynard by unanimous decision. Is Gray Maynard done? I certainly hope so. I'm tired of watching that guy get beat up. And not that he got beat up, but I mean, this guy, Alexander, won pretty handedly, I think. So after that, we got the first weird decision of the night. Liz Carmouche defeating Lauren Murphy by unanimous decision, 29-28, all across the board. So this is a weird fight. The decision I didn't agree with whatsoever. I think it was a terrible one. Of course, it helps that the show's name is Bad Decisions. But I didn't agree with the decision whatsoever. I thought Lauren Murphy was way better. Now, again, yeah, sure, she was I don't know how to explain it. It was a weird fight to watch. I wasn't cheering for anybody, by the way. I was thinking, Carmouche was gonna win. And but I was mostly impressed with Lauren Murphy, especially after that last one. But that's 2 terrible decisions she's lost in a row. That's got to kill her morale. At the same time, as they always say, don't leave it to the judges, which is hard to do when you're facing someone like Liz Carmouche, who's just as talented as anybody else in that bantamweight division. So that was your main fight for the prelims. After that, Dustin Poirier defeats Carlos Diego Ferreira via knockout in the first round. That was a fun fight. Dustin Poirier is coming back, and he's a lightweight now, and he might not go back to featherweight for a while. At least it's the word. And he wants to go fight on the New Orleans card, which apparently Joe Silva told him he could. And that'd be nice to see. I want to see him back in action as soon as possible. See if he can still hang with the lightweights. After that, Clay Guida defeats Robbie Peralta by unanimous decision. Clay Guida being really weird. Look, first of all, yeah, he clearly won that fight. However, he calls out Obama after the fight for some reason. And it was weird because I forgot who. Someone on my Twitter mentioned, I apologize when I remember your name, but somebody pointed out that last time somebody called out Obama, and I think it was Jake. Oh, damn, what's his last name? He really hates Obama, but he called him out on his post-fight. And the Secret Service actually went to his house. So I would love to see if Clay Guida gets a visit from the Secret Service in wherever he lives, California or wherever. So anyway, Clay Guida gets another win, and he gets a jacked up eye if any of you saw that. After that, Juliana Pena defeats Milana Dudieva via TKO in the first round at about the 4-minute mark. Pena looked good, not going to lie. Definitely not ready for Rousey. Hell no, not ready for Rousey. For me to believe that Pena is ready for Ronda Rousey, she should have not only, defeated Dudieva like she did. Yeah, it's great. But it should have done it in like the first minute. Like she had to go in there in devastating fashion, and that's not what she did whatsoever. So for Pena to think she even has a chance against Rousey, I just don't think it's there. Of course, MMA is MMA, but the way Ronda Rousey's been, so dominant in every single fight, I just don't see it happening. So that's just the thing with Juliana Pena. But I think with a few more fights and some dominant wins, Juliana Pena should deserve a title shot. Whether or not she's going to win, we'll see. Anyway, after that, we got to see Michael Chiesa defeat Mitch Clark via unanimous decision. Not the most entertaining fight, but not really many Chiesa fights are that entertaining. So, I mean, I wasn't surprised. After that, in the co-main event, Iaquinta defeats Jorge Masvidal via split decision. The scores were 29-28, 30-27, and 29-28. That was the worst decision I've seen maybe ever. I'm not sure. The Diego Sanchez decision might beat it, but I'm not sure. Jorge Masvidal is a veteran of the sport, and he controlled that fight. A lot of people saying that he might have coasted the last 2 rounds. I don't see it that way. I think Iaquinta was outclassed on the feet for sure, but it was definitely just a weird fight overall. It was a close fight, I'll say that, but I just think it should have gone Masvidal's way. And I really do think he got screwed. And in fact, everyone that crowd did and booed the shit out of Iaquinta, and Iaquinta lost his fucking mind. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But it was as bad as it was one of those pretty much as bad as they come as far as decisions go. So they really need to figure something out with that. And I'll talk about that in the rant as well, because that got really fucking weird. All right, in the main event, Chad Mendes does what everyone figured he was going to do, is knock out Ricardo Lamas. Unfortunately, look, anyone that knows fighting knows that Chad Mendes is going to win this fight, be a knockout, very likely. However, nobody thought it was going to happen the way it did. So, oh man, it was I can't even remember the sequence. It's been a crazy weekend, but regardless, Chad Mendes back in the number 1 contender spot. If Aldo wins this fight against McGregor, I think he's gonna have to wait maybe one more fight, one more fight after this one to get a title shot against Aldo again. A third try against the champion when you lost the first 2, it's kind of hard to get. But unless you're JDS, but which I think that could happen one day. But if McGregor wins, that's the guy. That's the fight right there. Chad Mendes against Conor McGregor. Although I would love to see Frankie Edgar get in there at some point, I just think that Chad Mendes is the number 1 contender at 145 for sure. So. But again, a big win over Faber maybe might jump Frankie Edgar in front of Chad Mendes. We'll find out very soon. So that is your recap results, whatever you want to call it, for UFC Fight Night. Chad Mendes versus Ricardo Lamas. I feel bad for Lamas, man. That dude, he came out with the right game plan. Ricardo Lamas kept Mendes at bay as much as he could using the jabs He is, I think he's 5'8". I'm not sure how tall Mendes was, but Ricardo Lamas had a pretty good reach advantage. And he was using the jab pretty good for a while, but Mendes is Chad Mendes. And that dude, look, you make one mistake against that guy, he's going to make you pay for it with a nice little uppercut there. So a big win for Mendes, and that's going to do it for your recap there. All right, moving on here. Iaquinta losing his shit. I said a second ago we're going to talk about that. Man, Iaquinta, here's the thing. The whole crowd was booing. Hell, I might have been booing at home. I'm not sure. I think I might have just been in shock. Like, what the fuck did I just watch? But the whole crowd was booing him, and he got very upset, saying, quote, and here's the thing. After the decision was announced, Jorge Masvidal lost his mind. He was pissed off. Understandably so. Was trying to get out of the cage. He got out. He barely shook Iaquinta's hand. Just walked out, whatever. The crowd is booing, and Iaquinta, kind of understandably so, mostly understandably so, because the guy, he went through hell to win that fight, even though, in my opinion, he didn't win it, but the officials say they did. Anyway, Iaquinta says, "Are you guys booing me? You better not be booing me. I fucking fought my ass off for." He said, "I fucking fought my ass off. Fuck you." This is also the crowd, by the way. I fought my ass off tonight. I'm good. And he just walks out the cage. Didn't even bother giving a full interview. So that's just kind of what it is. Okay, update for whoever wondering about the game. It's at the 12-minute mark. Wisconsin's up 4 points. I believe it's 48-44 right now, but it's a big layup, and I think an and one for the little white guard. Forgot his name. That's kind of all I know about Duke. I don't know much about Duke, but I love basketball, so I have the game on the side. Anyway, tide might be turning for Duke. Yeah, 48-44. Grayson Allen at the line with 12 minutes left in the game. Anyway, back to MMA. Sorry. So Iaquinta loses his shit. He gets booed, and he loses all composure whatsoever, and gets pisses off the crowd. He just cussed out the crowd. He cussed out the crowd. All right. I'd love to see what Dana White had to say about it. I didn't really look to see what Dana White had to say. I kind of just wait for press conferences. I'm sure someone will ask him about it, or I will ask him about it. I didn't watch the post-fight press conference because I had to run out the door after the event. But yeah, it's just kind of what it is. Anyway, so Iaquinta loses his shit. Sorry, I keep babbling. Iaquinta loses his shit. His composure, cusses out the crowd, but understandably so. The guy just put in a full training camp. He all the hard work, gets in there, gets jacked up, his eyes messed up, or he got a nice little cut under his eye that was bleeding like hell during the fight, and he got his hand raised, and it really isn't his fault, that the decision went the way it did. It's the judges, so it's unfortunate for Masvidal, and it's still unfortunate for Iaquinta, but he gets the W, he gets to move on. And while I don't think he deserves a top 10 guy, and that might just be what's left for him, just give him a top 10 guy and see if he can hang. I don't think he can, but raging Iaquinta is an angry dude. So we'll find out if he's able to hang or not. All right, let's talk Jamie Varner. Jamie Varner's actually scared, or he's saying he's worried about his health after his retirement. For anyone that doesn't know, he did retire following his loss against Drew Dober at UFC on Fox 13 in Phoenix, Arizona. Last January, December, I don't remember. It's been a while. Anyway, according to Varner, 9 days before his last fight against Dober in Phoenix, he had his bell rung during training. So he went to the doctor as a precaution. He found out that not only had he suffered a concussion in training, but has suffered more than 30 concussions in his career up to that point. God damn. Okay, 30 concussions. I mean, can you imagine? Like, that's every single time you get your bell rung, your brain takes some damage, possibly a concussion, maybe not. It's not always just because you got knocked out, right? So I've had my bell rung a couple of times. I know that for sure in training. So, I mean, maybe I don't know. I've never gone to the doctor. This makes me wonder if I should and actually might at some point in the future go to the doctor and find out if I've had concussions or not, and if that is possibly a health risk or a health issue that I might have in the future. Which is very possible because I had my bell rung a few times just in training and fights. I never had my bell rung, so that's just kind of what it is. So, and I had some notes on here. All right, so Varner, he actually went on the MMA Hour, which is Helwani's show, which is great, and I'm decided to say that because I'm not going to take credit for his work. He told Helwani, I had no idea. I felt like I was I was in a perpetual state of just constant migraines. I knew that it was from sparring, but I thought it was okay. I thought it was normal, and that's what we had to do as fighters. Part of the cross that we bear is having headaches and being beat up because we're fighters, end quote. Not true at all. That's not at all what you're supposed to have headaches all the time. It's not, but you do choose to get into that cage, just like you choose to get in a football field, just like you choose to get into any kind of rough sport whatsoever. So So yeah, it's unfortunate for Varner. I really feel for guys whose health is wrecked due to head injuries. It's something that's the reason I stopped, training MMA for the most part. I just jiu-jitsu now. But it's the reason for that, because I mean, look, Varner got paid to do it, so that's at least he got paid to do it. For guys that are just training, it's not worth it. It really isn't, But everyone makes their choices. I chose to get in there and train and do all the stuff that I did, and I got my belt ring a couple times, and living with it. Obviously, I don't have any big issues of because of the training, so I don't have a problem at all. But regardless, really hoping Jimmy Varner is going to be okay. He has mentioned before that he wants to be a head of a union. It's kind of hard to do when you have any kind of crazy brain damage. So it is weird that was kind of a thing though that they brought up. I mean, I don't know if Varner's doing anything crazy. I don't know if Varner contacted Helwani, or Helwani contacted Varner, be like, set this up and talk about it, and just bring it up. So it's just yeah, it's one of those things. All right, moving on here, and I gotta close some windows. All right, Walmart getting kind of crazy, saying they're not going to carry Ronda Rousey's book, according to I guess TMZ Sports. All right, according to TMZ Sports. Spokesperson Denise Marquardt tells TMZ Sports that Walmart has been anticipating Ronda's book release since last September, and you can already pre-order on the company's website. However, she did confirm that the book will not be on display in Walmart stores. You can pick it up in the store if you order it online. In other words, the book will be in the stockroom, basically in the back of the store, but it's not going to be out for customers to go see and grab. As for why Walmart is hiding, Ronda's memoir, Marquardt wouldn't comment on the quote-unquote too violent report, but said a quote-unquote variety of factors played into the decision to only offer it online. End quote. So yeah, that doesn't make any sense. There's plenty of other people that have memoirs that are violent. There's war memoirs, there's war books out there, and so this one's just too violent. What the hell are you talking about? It's just a bizarre thing Walmart does. Look, maybe their PR department saying, hey man, say this stuff about that, and it's gonna get you a bunch of attention. Not that Walmart needs any more attention. They got plenty of it. People hate the hell out of Walmart, and this doesn't really make me dislike Walmart. It's just another weird, bizarre story that they're in. They're in on. But regardless, it's kind of dumb. And Rousey's publisher Judith Regan added, "quote I'm shocked to discover that censorship is going on in America." End quote. And Amazon's description of the book, and by the way, this is from an article on BleacherReport.com. Amazon offers this description of the book, quote, "In this revealing memoir, undefeated UFC champion and Hollywood star Ronda Rousey charts her difficult path to glory, revealing her tragic childhood and her father's suicide, her meteoric rise to fame, the secret behind her undefeated UFC record, and what it takes to become the toughest woman on earth." End quote. Again, it's a weird story. It's a weird story. It's really not a non-issue. I highly doubt Ronda Rousey cares. In fact, she might even be happy it's not going to be on there. It's going to be available everywhere. Amazon.com. Go to CrossBonesMMA. Order it through there. And it's going to be available everywhere else. Believe me. So Walmart don't want to carry it. Fine. That's great. It just doesn't matter. They can still order on their website, but it really does. I guarantee Ronda Rousey doesn't give two shits. She doesn't. And I don't either. And honestly, at this point, I kind of hope just to stick it to Walmart just a little bit. Don't buy it from Walmart. Go elsewhere. It's not going to be, it'll be cents cheaper at Walmart than it's going to be anywhere else. So just, do it out of principle. Anyway, speaking of Ronda Rousey, I saw Fast 7 on Sunday. Recap of the movie, not really impressed. A lot of people are like, oh, it's the greatest Fast Furious ever. Such a good movie. That's great. I didn't find it very impressive. I mean, and I'm not a movie guy. I'm not a movie critic, so I'm gonna give the worst criticism ever, most likely. So take it with a grain of salt. But it was weird. It was choppy. It was a bunch of weird shit. They you've seen it in the trailers. They flew cars out of a freaking airplane. I mean, come on now. Now I'm not saying that movies are meant to be like real life stuff, like believable. You got to suspend belief when you go see a movie, but it's ridiculous. And overall, it was more a goodbye to Paul Walker. As everyone knows, he died in a tragic car accident where he wasn't even driving. He was a passenger in a really, really nice car, and there was just an accident. That's kind of what happened. But it was more like a goodbye to that guy. And if it had been advertised as such, I completely would understand. But they were advertising it as a great movie, and it was okay. It was a lot of action, I'll say that much. It was nonstop. It was pretty good as far as that goes. But as far as a plot goes, it was just really weird. I will say it does try to its best to connect all of the previous movies together, but that was kind of, when I walked out, I was like, okay, cool, bye, Paul. I don't know. So as far as Ronda Rousey's part in it, she didn't really talk much. And I know, spoiler alert. Okay, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. If you're really looking forward to seeing it, she don't really talk much, but she looks hot she's just hot in it, and she fights awesome. And every time I'll watch Ronda Rousey fight any day, especially when it's in a skirt where legs are going everywhere, and she just looks good. So Ronda Rousey in Fast 7, I mean, just shows her evolution as an entertainer. She's no longer just a fighter. She's no longer just an actor. She's an entertainer overall. As we know, she just did. She was just in the ring with The Rock at WrestleMania 31, and it just, again, her evolution as an entertainer. And I keep saying it, we're gonna see Rousey Lee fighting soon. There's no reason to fight when you're making millions of dollars. Excuse me, being on screen and writing books and doing other stuff. So Ronda Rousey's got a plan, and she's executing it, and she's gonna be a wealthy woman very, very soon. If she's not already super wealthy, she's gonna be even more wealthy, and she's gonna have movies and all that other stuff. So yeah, you're gonna see Ronda Rousey's career. She's gonna not call it quits. She's gonna leave soon, and I would say in the next year or two she'll end up leaving. I think there's no reason for her to get beat up for money. There just really isn't. She's already the best in the world. She's already beaten everybody. If this fight with Cyborg happens and she beats her, I think she'll leave. That's what I think. But again, Ronda Rousey is the only one that controls her destiny. She literally has her destiny in her own hands. So that's kind of what it is with that. So yeah, I mean, hey, Ronda Rousey in Fast 7. Supposedly there's going to be an 8. Who knows? Maybe she'll be in that. And just an update quick on the game. Duke, that looks like a blocking call. It looks like a foul on Wisconsin. Yeah, Duke's at the line, 54-50. Wisconsin leading by 4 with 9 minutes left in the game. And Duke at the line. Wow, that scoring line is horrible. If anyone here knows basketball, when your star player has 0 points in the second half, they're doubling or tripling that guy. He needs to start kicking out for threes. So this is not a basketball show, so we'll talk about that later. Anyway, all right. And let's get to the rant. So again, not only do we see, and again, we didn't get any bad reffing or terrible reffing this last weekend, but we did get some horrible judging. Horrible. Lauren Murphy gets screwed. In my opinion, she gets screwed by the judges in a only decision way, you weirdos. And so does Jorge Masvidal. And one of the judges, and I got to pull up the article real quick, where one of the judges in the Iaquinta fight should not have been judging, and I'll explain why in a second. As soon as I pull it up here. All right, so Crosby. This guy's name is Crosby here. Doug Crosby had scored the fight 30-27 for Masvidal, which is a pretty clean sweep, right? So Doug Crosby should not have been judging, and this is from an MMAfighting.com article from this morning's MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani at MMAfighting.com. So it was during that interview. Helwani actually tweeted out that Crosby has a beef with Ray Longo, who is the head coach of One Al Iaquinta. So that already is a conflict of interest, right? And so, and this is from an article, so I'm going to read straight. Quote, Crosby's involvement in the fight is baffling in retrospect, considering his long-standing and relatively acronymous history with the Sarah Longo fight team. Iaquinta's head coach Ray Longo told Ariel Helwani on Monday that Crosby had, quote, inappropriate relationships with several fighters connected to the gym, including an incident with an unnamed woman, which led her to secure a court order of protection against Crosby, which she held for almost 3 years and was enforced by 2 judges. He's a part-time official who moonlights as a stunt coordinator in the film industry. Crosby was also recently rebuffed by Iaquinta after seeking the fighter services for a project. That obvious conflict of interest alone prompted Iaquinta to call it a travesty that Crosby was nonetheless assigned to judge his fight. And Iaquinta told Helwani on the show, quote, it's been documented Doug Crosby has a long-going feud. Well, not a feud, but whatever. He hates on us, most particularly Ray Longo. He's got a problem, and this is where it gets serious. The whole thing, MMA, this whole thing is kind of like a joke. Everyone thinks, oh, boo, I cursed him. It's funny. But this is where it gets serious. I turned down an offer from this guy, whatever the reason being, and then he's judging my fight. So right there, I don't know. It's just not right. I don't know how that happened. After the fight, I was looking around the cage, and then I saw him sitting down, and I said to Ray, why is this guy judging my fight? I knew right away, I'm down one judge. I'm down. 3 judges are supposed to be objective, see the fight how it is. I knew right off the bat this guy wasn't giving me nothing, end quote. So while Iaquinta got the win anyway, this guy Crosby should not have been judging, right? So that makes me wonder, what kind of background checks are these commissions doing on any of their officials? Any of them? You know, refs, judges, cutmen, anybody. Where are the background checks? All right, this is, I mean, and again, it's not even the UFC really. It's the commissions that are in charge of this stuff, right? So the obviously the commission has a problem. Let this guy even judge. Look, again, Iaquinta won the fight, so you know whatever, it didn't really affect him, but he did. You know, it's a huge conflict of interest, and to have something like this happen, where a judge has a beef with somebody, and then you know a problem with Iaquinta who turned him down for some kind of project, and then you let him judge this fight, it's dishonest, and you're opening yourself up to people calling rigged fights, people saying that everything's fixed. MMA is the same thing as pro wrestling now, so it's heading that way. And if you keep making mistakes like this, it's going to be pretty crazy. I think the UFC should be a little proactive and maybe do research on these guys, and then give it to the commission. Be like, hey, we did background check on this dude right here and this dude right here, and this is what we got. Do what you will, But again, it's a young sport and it's a young organization still, considering everything, and it's going to be a while before they get anything right, completely right. So that's what I think should happen. Is again, the UFC proactive researches everyone, because look, they get told ahead of time who the judge is going to be and everything. Start researching everybody, make sure no one has a problem with anybody else here, and then make everything honest and transparent. And because you got to do something, man, this is getting pretty crazy. So it's going to be for the rant. And again, of course, I think every judge should be trained. Every ref should be trained. And a lot of changes need to be made in the sport to make it an actual sport. Otherwise, it's an event, just a show. And until we fix all the issues, or at least make a very big concentrated effort towards fixing issues like this, it's going to be a problem. And again, you're going to get a lot of crazy shit happening. All right. Okafor does not look happy. All right, 2-point game here with Wisconsin on top by 2 points. They are favored by 1 point in the standings. So, and real quick, I actually got a tweet from, of course, Andrew Reed saying, so you can buy an AR-15 in Walmart, but they won't display Ronda's book, and then he laughs. And the fucking course is crazy. This is America. This is what happens in America. It makes no fucking sense. Okay. I mean, you get the crazy shit happening left and right, and man, in this country, in this world, this society overall, some weird shit's been is going on. But in this country specifically, and I don't hate it, I love it here. But what the fuck, right? All right, so that's gonna do it for bad decisions tonight. Mostly because I really need to get 7 minutes left, and Wisconsin up 2 points with Duke with the ball. Sorry. Anyway, that's gonna do it for bad decisions tonight. Thanks for joining me for the episode. Remember that bad decisions is now Monday nights, regardless of what the song says. If you're listening on iTunes, you know what the song says. It says Sunday, but it's not. I'll get that song changed sometime soon, hopefully. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Elaw31 and at CrossBonesMMA. Like the fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/CrossBonesMMA. Go to CrossBonesMMA.com for all of your news and show stuff and everything. Also, big shout out to a friend of the website. That's the good guys over at FightBookMMA.com. Also, Stand and Bang Radio. They have a new website. I'll be tweeting that out because I can't remember their actual URL right now. So, Stand and Bang Radio. My good friends Aaron Robbins and Fred Kirby doing great work over there. They just had Smile and Sam Alvey. So, if you haven't gone to their iTunes and subscribed, do it right after this broadcast is over because that'd be great. Oh, we got some more stuff. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so standandbangradio.com, and is it standandbangradio.com? Stand and Bang Radio. Search it on iTunes and just subscribe. They got good shit. And also UFC Wreckage. Good people for putting my show out there like this. Speaking of which, of the podcast and stuff, all shows on CrossBonesMMA Radio Network are also available on SoundCloud.com, iTunes, and Stitcher for fucking free. So look us up on iTunes and subscribe to the goddamn thing. So you get all your CrossBonesMMA Radio Network content automatically. And real quick, Andrew, so I can answer your question. Brock Lesnar asked that Steve Mazzagatti not judge his second fight against Frank Mir. So I think they can. I'm pretty sure they can. So that's something to look up to. I think it might be different from commission to commission, but definitely I saw Brock Lesnar do it. So, or I heard Brock Lesnar do it. As far as the record goes. Anyway, I'm out of it. You can download all of the shows on iTunes for free. 5 Rounds with John Nettie, Bad Decisions, Keyboard Warriors of myself, Aaron Robbins, and Fred Kirby. And there's actually a couple more shows coming soon. One of them, I can actually kind of give you a detail what it is. It's going to be a women's MMA only show. So we will only be talking WMMA. Of course, Ronda Rousey, Chris Cyborg. We'll talk about anything we can as far as women's MMA is concerned. That will hopefully be coming up in the next month or so. Still looking for a co-host, so we'll have to figure that out. In fact, hell, if you want in on it, email me Eddie at CrossBonesMMA.com or tweet me at Elo31. I'll hit you with the follow. We can DM about it if you're interested in something like that. Anyway, there'll be other shows coming up soon, hopefully soon after that as well. All of it for free. So come back next week for another episode of Bad Decisions with Eddie Law. For all of us at CrossBonesMMA.com and CrossBonesMMA Radio, I am Eddie Law. You're one day closer to death. Make it count.